Hey everyone, Minibrick here, and to celebrate the spooky Halloween season, what better set to create than Luigi's Mansion? While I've never gotten around to playing the games, I used to love watching lots of gameplay of Luigi's Mansion when I was younger, especially of the various boss fights throughout the game. The Crying Ghost Baby was especially super creepy. So given that it's Halloween today at the time of recording, I figured y'all would be in the mood for some LEGO custom treats. Before we begin, I'd like to make a quick reminder that only 2% of you guys watching are subscribed to the channel, so if you're in the 98% category, I'd just really appreciate you guys taking the time to subscribe and hitting the notifications bell for more LEGO creation videos. It's free to subscribe and you can always unsubscribe later if you want. With all that aside, let's start by taking a look at the figures included in this custom LEGO Super Mario Luigi's Mansion set. The first figure is Professor Elvin Gad, or Egad for short. With a tie-in to the game Luigi's Mansion, I just knew I had to include Egad in this custom set. His build is super similar to the build for Toad used in the Toad's Hideaway and the Toad's Treasure Hunt sets, where his head is built using square bricks while his body is built with round bricks. For his unique hairpiece, I went with a cone piece in light bluish gray placed onto a 2x2 jumper tile. Even though Egad's head is much more rounder in the game, I figured making it blocky would make him fit nicely with the other LEGO Super Mario characters and give it more of the LEGO feel that other characters go for. Egad's ability is also super useful in this course because if either Luigi or Mario scans his action tile, they get double the amount of coins from defeating ghost enemies for the entirety of the level. This ability is super useful for this set especially, but it can also be useful if you have other sets like King Boo's Haunted Yard or even Bowser's Castle, which feature ghost enemies as well. The next figure in this set is a Gold Ghost. The Gold Ghost is one of the first ghosts Luigi encounters in the mansion, and it's a great tie-in to the game itself and translates very well to LEGO. He's built using a 2x2 square brick, some Technic arms, and a tooth plate to simulate ghost trailings. His action tile is on his back, and when he is defeated, the Gold Ghost gives Luigi a coin, much like any other enemy does in the whole LEGO Super Mario line. It was a little tricky to decide which ghost I was going to include from Luigi's Mansion to put in the set, because so many of the ghosts in Luigi's Mansion are humanoid shaped and just don't really fit well with the whole LEGO kind of style. So I went with the Gold Ghost because his design was actually super Mario styled, if you know what I mean, instead of human. So it just fit in really well with all the other characters of the LEGO Super Mario line. And the third figure actually isn't unique to this set, but I think it's still a good inclusion for a spooky themed expansion course, and that is Boo. Boo uses the exact same build I used as the Boo I made for my LEGO Super Mario Character Pack Series 2, which if you haven't seen yet is actually going to be linked in the upper right and in the description below. And this build for Boo is actually a little different than the build used in Bowser's Castle, as this Boo connects to an antenna piece using a modified 1x1 brick with a clip attachment. So this is different because I wanted to make it more versatile and more able to be played with instead of having it to fixed onto a set much like the Bowser's Castle Boo is. And finally, to wrap up the figures, introducing the king of all ghosts and the main villain of the Luigi Mansion series, King Boo. So King Boo is actually built nearly exactly like the King Boo from the LEGO King Boo's Haunted Yard set, but with a few key changes. For starters, King Boo's printing now reflects his in-game design with the awesome pink eyes and purple tongue, and it just looks totally different from the King Boo that we get in the LEGO Haunted Yard set. This version of King Boo also comes with a different crown, and this crown is actually different from the other King Boo because it comes with a jewel on top, which is made using BB-90's headpiece, not BB-8. Trust me, I know the difference between these two droids. And I use this piece because it's more angular, and that gives it more of a jewel gem kind of look. I also thought the play feature in the Haunted Yard set was going to be too restricting for Boo as a figure, so I ditched that altogether and made this King Boo stand on an antenna piece, so that way you can display King Boo separately from the set and still, have him look good. So overall, I think King Boo turned out great, and it wouldn't be Luigi's Mansion without him. And now that we've taken a look at all the figures in this set, let's check out the rest of the set and everything it has to offer. For this custom set, I went with the brown color palette to give off the spooky graveyard feel. For example, the big plates are in reddish brown, and the bricks used in those plates between them are going to be dark brown. So let's take a closer look at some of the builds including in this set, starting with Luigi's Mansion, of course. Here is the build for the mansion, the main part of this custom set. It uses 2 of the specialized Super Mario course tiles for its base, as well as a few plates that are 8 studs wide. It was actually pretty tricky to figure out how I was going to build the base of this haunted mansion, because Mecabricks, the software I use, didn't have the larger modified plates that were also introduced in the LEGO Super Mario line, which ideally would have been crucial for a larger build like this one. So to work around this, I ended up just using normal plates, which I think still turned out fine. My favorite part of this build, however, is definitely the front windows or the eyes of the mansion. I used some inverted slope pieces to make it look like the mansion is angry and give it that kind of angry face, which is a big part of the mansion's design if you look at it from the front. Overall, I'm super happy with this build, and I just love how it wouldn't be too big in real life, and yet it still looks extremely bulky and large compared to the rest of the set. So the scaling there is perfect in my opinion. This custom set also includes a mystery block build that can be easily moved around to wherever you'd like. Mystery blocks are definitely my favorite block in the LEGO Super Mario line, and it's always great to get some more. I also threw in some pumpkins around the build since it's Halloween and spooky themed, so it'd be a nice inclusion to get those in a set like this. This custom set actually ties in really well with the theme of my Luigi starter course, which I built for a separate video which you can watch, and I'll have that linked in the description below. And so in that starter course, I designed part of the set to be spooky and loosely Halloween themed, because I would assume that a Luigi starter course would be releasing this winter, and therefore it releases around all these different seasons and different holidays. So while some of the colors did change for the terrain, I think it would still be a nice expansion set for a course featuring Luigi. Here's a custom course I created using pieces from the starter course, as well as my custom Big Urchin Beach expansion set. Putting all these together is an awesome feeling, especially after realizing that all of these builds are entirely custom. As I make more LEGO Super Mario videos, hopefully this course will only get bigger and awesome. And that wraps up my custom LEGO Super Mario Luigi's Mansion set. Seeing as it's Halloween at the time of this video is published, I really wanted to make a Halloween and spooky set, and I was actually originally going to do a LEGO Fortnite Fortnitemares set, but I really couldn't think of a perfect build to go with it. So I went with LEGO Super Mario instead, because I knew the Luigi's Mansion was perfect for a Halloween build. However, this does not mean that I won't do any Fortnitemares sets or any videos regarding Fortnitemares in the future, because I still really like the event, and especially that new Midas outfit just looks perfect. So you guys might also be wondering where the Poltergust 3000 is in this set, and I was actually going to include it in the set at first, but I think it would work better as an outfit for Mario and Luigi that would be sold separately, much like the other outfits we saw in Wave 1. Therefore, I left it out of the set, but that doesn't mean it wouldn't be in this wave of Mario sets or anything like that. And with that, I'd like to wish you all a happy Halloween. Make sure to stay safe and be responsible, and until next time, see ya.